Right. So welcome you back and join everyone. We are talking about the crisis of the democratic order and about the emergency. I discussed a little bit yesterday about the proclamation of the emergency. Emergency was proclaimed in the midnight, and it was the order being passed by the then prime minister. And later on, in the next day morning, they got the approval from the president of India. So lots of controversy you can find out in the provisions of emergency which was being made in 1975-76. That's why still the emergency is still it's a controversy. And just after the emergency, the new government was formed, and the government has given the order for the proof, and the commission was made that's known as Saha Commission. And Saha Commission has submitted the report, the huge length of the report. Even still, it's a matter to read, to know that what exactly the Saha Commission has told. Is it that emergency was the necessity at that particular period of time or not? Right? The critic says that, even the political analyst, all the newspaper agencies, and all the critics, they says that that was not the need of the hour to proclaim emergency. Right? It was just, you can say, in order to restore her power and authority, Indira Gandhi proclaimed the emergency. And the result, she, you can say, she faced the result just after the emergency when the elections were conducted. Miserably, Congress party lost election, and not even Congress party, even Indira Gandhi herself lost election. Right. So, preventive detentions, that was the need of the hour at that particular period of time. Large numbers of the political leaders, then activists, then social activists, journalists from the newspaper agencies were being arrested and put inside the bar. The organizations, like, you can say, these are the organizations which belongs to a specific community, you can say, like RSS and Jamaat-e-Islam. Both the organizations were banned because these are not political party, you can say. Yesterday, I used send me a question, you can say, why RSS and Jamaat-e-Islam banned, whereas not other political party? Because these are not political party, these are social organizations, and these organizations, they focus to a particular section of this. Right? Like RSS, if you can take the example of RSS, it's an organization for the Hindu. So, and Jamaat-e-Islam, it's an organization for the Islamic community. So that's only the political organizations, the political party cannot be banned, but such type of organizations, in assumption that these organizations, though they belongs to a specific community, so ये rights या कुछ ना कुछ problem कर सकते हैं, तब इसको बैन कर दिया। तो इवन आज भी किया जाता है। Political organization, political party cannot be banned. Even political party भी ban कर दी जाती है if they can suspecting anti-national activities. And these are all the organizations. These are not political organizations like RSS, Jamaat-e-Islam, then VHP. These are all not. None of them. They are the political organizations. So they can be banned at any period of time because they are the social organizations, or the organizations belongs to a specific community or specific religious community, right? So at times they outrage the sentiments of the other religious community. That's why, in presumption of that, such type of organizations can be banned. Next, what is the controversy regarding the emergency? Emergency, one of the most controversial episode in the Indian politics. One reason is that there are differing views, points about the need to declare emergency. Even we also a little bit. We also you people also have assessed that is it that there was a need for the emergency? क्या ऐसा सिचुएशन हो गया था कि नेशनल इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर करने की स्थिति पे आ गए थे हम लोग? Another reason is that using the power given by the constitution, and the government practically suspended the democratic functioning of the country. As the investigation by the Saha Commission just after the emergency, and after that the new government was formed under Janata Dal. So Janata Dal government has appointed Saha Commission, and Saha Commission has submitted the report. So in May 1977, the Janata Party government appointed a commission of inquiry headed by Justice J.C. Shah, retired Chief Justice of Supreme Court of India, to inquire into the several aspects and allegations of abuse of authority, excesses and malpractices committed during the time of the emergency. And Saha Commission even called Indira Gandhi for inquiry also. Though Indira Gandhi was presented before the commission, but she has not answered to any of the question, right? And still, and the commission, they have presented their own report. In the report, you can say very elaborately it was being mentioned that कहाँ सही कहाँ गलत और क्या क्या गलत है, and these reports even still today you can say it's a matter to discuss and to read, and जब आप अगर political science लेके आगे पढ़ेंगे तो these reports are supposed to be read out. Finally, there are varying assessment of what the lesson of emergency are for the practice of democracy in India. Right? Emergency एक ही बार ही हुआ है, national emergency एक ही बार ही हुआ है, but what lesson we got from that emergency? क्या सही क्या गलत, क्या क्या प्रोविजंस को ब्रेक किया गया था, जुडिशरी को कैसे ओवरशेट कर दिया गया था, राइट, सप्रेस कर दिया गया था लेजिस्लेचर से, लेजिस्लेचर एकदम टॉप ऑफ द अथॉरिटी हो गया था, जो आपका द डिवीजन ऑफ पावर है, हम लोग का हॉरिजॉन्टल डिवीजन ऑफ पावर होते हैं, लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव, जुडिशरी एंड इलेक्शन कमीशन एंड मैंने बोला था फाइनेंशियल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में आरबीआई भी ले सकते हो, लेकिन ये जो हॉरिजॉन्टल पावर शेयरिंग ड्यूरिंग द इमरजेंसी ये वर्टिकल पावर शेयरिंग में कन्वर्जन हो गया था, लेजिस्लेचर और द टॉप, उसके बाद बाकी लोग आ गए। दो आपका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से आप देखेंगे तो इट्स नेवर बिकम अ हॉरिजॉन्टल वर्टिकल पावर शेयरिंग, ऑल द ऑर्गन, द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द पावर्स अमंग द ऑर्गन्स आर ऑलवेज horizontal power sharing, it cannot be vertical power sharing, right? Already we discussed about judiciary के साथ भी बहुत कुछ हुआ था, judicial aspect है, judiciary जो decision दे रहा था, decision को भी इंदिरा गांधी उस टाइम मानी नहीं थी, and lot many things being done during the course of the time. So now you need to know, was the emergency necessary? क्या वो emergency, मैंने this question already I asked, जो emergency declare किया गया था, क्या वो emergency क्या जरूरी था उस टाइम? उसके बिना क्या देश नहीं चल सकता था? जो जस्टिफिकेशन इंदिरा गांधी उस टाइम दी थी, वो सिचुएशन तो हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के सामने होता है, इवन आज के पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, आज का जो प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट है उसके सामने भी वही प्रॉब्लम है कि देन एवरी डे यू कैन से, सही हो या गलत हो या व्हाट एल्स इट में बी, ऑल द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज दे कीप ऑन शाउटिंग, गवर्नमेंट का हर एक प्रोग्राम में, हर एक चीज में वो उनका यू कैन से लैग पुलिंग करना, या उनको क्वेश्चनर करना, या उनको कटघरे में खड़ा करना, या प्रोटेस्ट मार्च होना, ये तो बहुत ही कॉमन चीज है। दैट इज व्हाट द डेमोक्रेसी इज, दैट इज व्हाट डेमोक्रेसी इज, एंड इसी से तो चेक एंड बैलेंस आता है। तो अगर प्रेजेंट मोदी गवर्नमेंट बोलेगा कि नहीं भाई बहुत डिसरप्शन हो रहा है, एंड कोरोना काल में, एपिडेमिक के टाइम में, पैंडेमिक के टाइम में इतना अपोजिशन परेशान कर रहा है, अलग अलग क्वेश्चन पूछ के, चाइना के साथ प्रॉब्लम है उसी को लेके उसको अलग ओपिनियन बनाया जा रहा है, तो लेट्स इम्पोज इमरजेंसी। So that's not done. So that's think the situation what I'm trying to tell you. आज जैसे सिचुएशन है ऐसे ही सिचुएशन तो उस टाइम खैर ऐसे सिचुएशन भी नहीं था। आज का सिचुएशन में अगर लगा भी दी जाती है नेशनल इमरजेंसी अगर 6 महीने के लिए, देन ऑल्सो इट इज एक्सेप्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ द पेंडेमिक एंड ऑल दोस प्रॉब्लम। लेकिन उस टाइम तो वो सिचुएशन भी नहीं था। दो स्टेट में जेपी मूवमेंट क्या स्टार्ट हो गया, स्टूडेंट मूवमेंट क्या स्टार्ट हो गया, इंदिरा गांधी बोली कि ये तो पॉलिटिकल अनरेस्ट है, हम लोग को डिस्टर्ब किया जा रहा है, हम लोग जो काम करना चाहते हैं देश के लिए या जो काम करना चाहते हैं कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क, उसको रोका जा रहा है, एंड ऑन दिस प्रीटेक्स्ट इमरजेंसी बीइंग डिक्लेयर्ड। आज भी तो ही कंडीशन है, होता कुछ है, ऑपोजिशन बोलते कुछ है। दिस इज द टाइम इन सच टाइप ऑफ क्राइसिस एंड सच टाइप ऑफ सिचुएशन, ऑल द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज शुड कम टुगेदर in order to fight against whatever the problems we are facing, right? So if the present government, if they wanted to impose emergency, they can impose, because in the pandemic the financial condition is in the worst situation. We are also facing the problem with China, we are also facing the problem with Pakistan, so this is the right time to let's declare the emergency, and कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बहुत जस्टिफाइड भी होगा अगर हम इमरजेंसी अभी डिक्लेयर होता है तो, बट द टाइम आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट वहां कहीं जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं था, एकदम पीसफुल कोएग्जिस्टेंस था। क्या डेमोक्रेसी में प्रोटेस्ट भी नहीं होगा, हड़ताल भी नहीं होगा, स्ट्राइक भी नहीं होगा? वो तो होंगे, एंड दैट इज द पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम, एंड आई डू फील दैट दैट्स व्हाट द चेक एंड बैलेंस टू द गवर्नमेंट। अदरवाइज द गवर्नमेंट तो अपने मनमानी काम करने लगेंगे, तो चेक एंड बैलेंस कहां है? द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सिंपली मेंशंस इंटरनल डिस्टर्बेंसेस एज द रीजन फॉर डिक्लेयरिंग इमरजेंसी। उसमें कोई बहुत डिटेल्स नहीं है, तो उसी को इसलिए मिसयूज किया गया। बिफोर 1975 इमरजेंसी वाज नेवर प्रोक्लेम्ड ऑन दिस ग्राउंड। We have noted that agitations was going on in many parts of the country. Was this the enough for declaration of the emergency? हर जगह पे अगर agitations होगा, protest march होगा, ये होगा तो क्या is that enough to declare the emergency? The government argued that in a democracy, the opposition party must allow the elected ruling party to govern according to its policies. Right? And आज जब उसी policy में अभी प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट जब रूल करना चाहता है तो फिर अपोजिशन को बड़ा परेशानी है, भाई ये पॉलिसी में आप कैसे कर सकते हैं, ये पॉलिसी गलत पॉलिसी है। तो जब खुद रूलिंग पार्टी में आओ तो ठीक, वट एवर द पॉलिसी एंड वट एवर द थिंग्स यू आर ट्राइंग टू डू, दैट्स वेरी एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। अगर जब हम अपोजिशन में बैठ गए तो फिर जो भी रूलिंग पार्टी करता होगा गलत। तो उसी टाइम इंदिरा गांधी बोले थे कि हमें जो पॉलिसीज है, प्रोग्राम्स हैं, हमें अपोजिशन उसमें काम करने दे, अगर उसमें परेशान करेगा, अपोजिशन परेशान करेगा तो हम मैनेज डिक्लेयर कर देंगे एंड अपने हिसाब से मनमानी हम अपना काम करेंगे, राइट। It felt that frequent recourse of the agitations, protest and collective action are not good for democracy. आज वही पार्टी, वही कांग्रेस पार्टी बोल रहा है कि नहीं, दिस इज द पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द डेमोक्रेसी। हम तो पूछेंगे, हम तो सवाल पूछेंगे, हम तो एजिटेशन करेंगे, हम तो प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे, हम तो गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट बोलेंगे जी। दिस इज व्हाट द राइट्स वी आर हैविंग एंड दिस इज वेरी ट्रू। आई आल्सो डू बिलीव दैट इन अ डेमोक्रेसी you need to criticize government in each and every front. You need to ask what exactly happening there, but not in a security front. जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी का इश्यूज है तो उसको छोड़ के कहीं पे भी हम सवाल जवाब कर सकते हैं। आज सवाल जवाब कर सकते हैं, उस टाइम जब सवाल जवाब करने की कोशिश किया गया तो इंदिरा गांधी बोले कि दिस इज नॉट डन, दिस इज अगेंस्ट डेमोक्रेसी, दिस इज एंटी डेमोक्रेसी, सो लेट्स गो फॉर इमरजेंसी. You cannot continuously have the extra parliamentary politics targeting the government. This led to instability and destruction of the administrations from its routine task of ensuring development. This is what the statement of Indira Gandhi. अब डेली ऐसे प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे तो ये डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है, सरकार के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है एंड जो हम डेवलपमेंटल एक्टिविटी करना चाहते हैं वो नहीं हो पाता है। इसलिए ये अगर करेंगे तो हम इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर कर देंगे। All energies are diverted to maintain the law and order of the country. अपोजिशन अगर कुछ पूछता है तो एनर्जी डाइवर्जन होता है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन को कंट्रोल करने के। इंदिरा गांधी रोट इन अ लेटर टू द Saha Commission that subversive force were trying to obstruct the progressive program of the government and were attempting to dislodge her from powers through extra constitutional means. कि मैं जो प्लान एंड प्रोग्राम लेके आई थी, राइट, सो वो प्रोग्राम्स एंड प्लान्स फेलियर हो रहा था बिकॉज ऑफ दिस abruptions, you can say, obstructions of the opposition. इसलिए मजबूरन मुझे इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर करना पड़ा। Some of this party like CPI always the partner of Congress, you can CPI that continued to back the Congress during the emergency also believed that there was an international conspiracy against the unity of India. Even आज भी बोला जाता है, जब भी ऐसा होता है तो बोला जाता है इंटरनेशनल कॉन्स्पिरेसी हो रहा है। It believed that in such circumstances some restrictions on agitations were justified. जबकि CPI they do believe agitation force ये सब करना, they do believe कि ऐसे ही होता है अगर आपका parliamentary system या आपका democratic system को establish करना होगा तो। But at that time CPI thought that the agitations or the movement which was being started, it was being started by the middle class section of the society. The CPI felt that the agitations led by JP were mainly by the middle class who were opposed to the radical policy of the Congress party. But after the emergency, the CPI felt that its assessment was mistaken and that it was an error to have supported the emergency because it was not being led by any middle class section of the society. JP not belongs to any middle class or who, what else it may be. He was a popular leader and it was a spontaneous movement across the country being started. Students and each and every section of the society can say, it's not only the middle class section of the society, right from the richest to the farmers and all this poorest section of the society. Each and even the students and the teachers, doctors and each and every section of the society, they become the part and parcel of the JP movement. Right? Later on, it was being realized by CPI that I did mistaken. I made the assessment wrongfully. That's why I supported Congress in emergency. On the other hand, the critics of the emergency argue that ever since the freedom movement, Indian politics had a history of popular struggle. Even you have got the freedom movement, अगर उस टाइम भी ऐसे ही emergency ही लगाते जाता British government, तब तो हमें freedom ही नहीं मिला होता कभी, right? So the critics they argue that ever since, even during the time of the British administration, also you are having the popular movement and you got the freedom through the popular movement, strike, hartals and all these things. How can now this popular movement be illegal? जब नेशनल मूवमेंट चल रहा था, फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल चल रहा था, तब पॉपुलर मूवमेंट लीगल था. But now how come this popular movement become illegal? इट मीन्स जब ब्रिटिशर्स ने हमारे ऊपर लाठी चलाया था या गोलियां चलाए थे, सब वो जस्टिफाइड था। अगर आज हम इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर करते हैं यार, ये सब चीज को जस्टिफाइड करते हैं, तो उसी टाइम भी जस्टिफाइड था फिर। JP and many other opposition leaders felt that in a democracy, people had the right to publicly protest against the government. The Bihar and Gujarat agitations were mostly peaceful and non-violent. Those who were arrested were never tried for any anti-national activities. Even अगर आप arrest किए, anti-national activity समझे उसको, anti-government activity समझे, तो उनके लिए trial किए होते, उनको जेल में डाल दिए होते, anti-national activities में, but किसी के अगेंस्ट में ऐसे ट्रायल ही नहीं हुआ. No cases were registered against most of the retainers. The Home Ministry, which is entrusted with the responsibility of monitoring the internal situation of the country, also did not express any concern about the law and order situation in the country. अगर ऐसे law and order situation खराब होता है, तो Home Ministry पहले उसका concern लेता है. Home Ministry बोलता है कि yes, the law and situation is not under control, you are supposed to do something else. No declaration like this, nothing like that. ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. नीदर जो लोगों को डिटेन किया गया, अरेस्ट किया गया, उन लोगों को कोई ट्रायल किया गया एंटी नेशनल एक्टिविटीज से, तो फिर किस चीज का इमरजेंसी था? हाउ कैन इमरजेंसी बी जस्टिफाइड देन? इन ऑर्डर टू सेव द गवर्नमेंट, इन ऑर्डर टू सेव माय इंटरेस्ट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को एक साइडलाइन करके, जुडिशरी को एक साइडलाइन करके जो नेक्स्ट पिलर ऑफ जो डेमोक्रेसी है, दैट इज द न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड द मास मीडिया एंड द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड मास मीडिया, उनको एक साइडलाइन करके, हाउ कैन इट बी? You cannot justify, you can say, you cannot justify emergency in any circumstances. If some agitation had overstepped our limit, the government had enough routine power to deal with it. क्या आज नहीं हो रहा है? इंडिया अगेंस्ट करप्शन नहीं चल रहा था, अन्ना हजारे का मूवमेंट, क्या इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर हो गया था? बहुत सारे मूवमेंट हुए हैं इंडिया में उसके बाद भी, राइट? मंडल कमीशन का मूवमेंट नहीं चल रहा था, मंडल कमीशन रिकमेंडेशन से लगा था, एंटी मंडल मूवमेंट, वो तो बहुत बड़ा था, तो क्या इमरजेंसी लग गया? नॉट एट ऑल. दिस आर द राइट्स दैट यू आर हैविंग. यू आर लिविंग इन अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री, सो यू कैन एक्सप्रेस आवर ओन थॉट्स, एंड दैट्स द वे ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन. यहाँ पे बंदूक हथियार लेकर एक्सप्रेस नहीं की जाती है, नॉन वायलेंट वे में किया जाता है. सो दैट वाज द मींस टू एक्सप्रेस आवरसेल्फ. The threat was not to the unity and integrity of the country, but to the ruling party and to the Prime Minister herself. The critic says that Indira Gandhi misused a constitutional provision meant for saving the country to save her personal power. फिर हुआ क्या emergency में? This is very true, even more or less each and everyone you knew it, that in order to save her power, her authority, and अपना चीजें को उनको implement कराने के लिए emergency declare करना पड़ा था उनको. Right. The actual implementation of the emergency is another continuous issues. Did the government misuse its emergency power? Were there excesses and abuse of authority? The government said that it wanted to use the emergency to bring law and order, restore efficiency, and above all, implement the pro-poor welfare program. For this purpose, the government led by Indira Gandhi announced a 20-point programs and declared its determinations to implement this program. The 20-point programs include land reforms, land redistribution, review of agricultural wages, workers' participation in management, eradication of bondage labor, etc. These are all good things, right? And I don't think that anyone can oppose this. And this, all the things are presently in the present system. All the things are there. In the initial months after the declaration of the emergency, the urban middle classes were generally happy over the fact that agitations came to an end and discipline was enforced on the government employees. The poor and the rural people also expected effective implementation of the welfare program that the government was promising. Thus, different sections of the society had different expectations from the emergency and also different viewpoint about it. This is very true. The business section of the society and the intellectuals and all these people, you can say, at times continuously बहुत लंबा टाइम के लिए ऐसे disruption होता है, तो it disturb our life, it disturb the business, it disturb the educational system. पूरे चीज को डिस्टर्बेंसेस होता है, तो कहीं ना कहीं एक टाइम समय लगता है कि फॉर द टाइम बिंग के लिए रिलीफ महसूस होता है कि यस एंड गवर्नमेंट अगर बाकी सभी को साइडलाइन करके जो भी प्रोग्राम्स एंड पॉलिसी उसको इंप्लीमेंट करना चाह रहा है, इंप्लीमेंट हो रहा है सपोज ऑन ग्राउंड लेवल, एंड इफ द बेनिफिट गोज टू द पीपल विल बी हैप्पी। बट ये सब करने के लिए इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर करना होगा, दिस इज नॉट जस्टिफाइड। Critics of emergency point out that most of these promised by the Congress remain unfulfilled. जो 20-point programs था वो unfulfilled ही रहा, that were very simply meant to divert attention from the excesses that were taking place. They question the use of preventive detention on such a large scale. We have noted that many prominent political leaders were arrested. In all, 676 opposition leaders were arrested. फिर opposition बचा हुआ। हम तो फिर डेमोक्रेसी या डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम या कंट्री चला रहे हैं बिना ऑपोजिशन में, ऑपोजिशन बच कहां से गया? 676 almost all veteran leaders being arrested. The Shah Commission estimated that nearly 1,11,000 people were arrested under preventive detention law. Severe restrictions were put on the press, sometimes without proper legal sanction. And this already I told you, censorship लगा दिया गया, तो बड़े-बड़े न्यूज़पेपर पूरा ब्लैंक न्यूज़पेपर छापना शुरू कर दिए। The Shah Commission's report mentioned that the General Manager of Delhi Power Supply Corporations received verbal order from the Office of Lieutenant Governor of Delhi to cut electricity to all the newspapers. There is no written letter. At 2 a.m. and 26 June 1975, रात को लाइट काट दिया गया ताकि कोई न्यूज़पेपर एजेंसी न्यूज़ छापे ही नहीं। Electricity was restored 2 or 3 days later after the censorship apparatus has been set up. क्योंकि तब तक सेंसरशिप हुआ नहीं था, तब तक वो लॉ पास नहीं हुआ था, इसीलिए क्या क्या कहता इलेक्ट्रिसिटी काट दो, सो नॉन ऑफ द न्यूज़पेपर एजेंसीज दे कैन प्रिंट एनीथिंग एल्स। और जब वो सेंसरशिप लॉ पास कर दिए तब इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को रिस्टोर किया गया। करते कोई दिक्कत नहीं था, यू कुड हैव गिवन द रिटर्न लेटर, यू कैन से रिटर्न ऑर्डर टू द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड। व्हाई वर्बल? बिकॉज whatever you did that is unconstitutional, that's why you have given verbal. There are others and more serious allegations regarding the exercise of the government powers by people who held no official positions, like Sanjay Gandhi. The Prime Minister's younger son did not hold any official position at that time. He was not even MP, nothing. Yet he gained control over the administrations and allegedly interfere in the functioning of the government. His role in the demolitions and the forced sterilizations in the Delhi became very controversial. Forced sterilize कर रहे थे, and जो भी बिल्डिंग और रास्ता में जाया हुआ बिल्डिंग और जो जहां मर्जी जो है बिल्डिंग्स उसको तोड़ रहा है। Apart from this arrest of the political workers and the restrictions on the press, the emergency directly affected lives of the common people in many cases. Torture and custodial deaths occurred during this emergency. Arbitrary relocation of the poor people also take place. एक जगह से जबरदस्ती उठा के किसी दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट करवा देना. And over enthusiasm about population control, forced sterilization. Population control के लिए forced sterilization किया जा रहा था, led to the cases of compulsory sterilizations. And these instances show what happened when the normal democratic process is suspended. Last topic, lessons of the emergency. The emergency at once brought out both the weaknesses and the strength of Indian democracy. Though there are many observers who think that India ceased to be democratic during the emergency, it's noteworthy that normal democratic functioning resumed within the short span of time. Thus, one lesson of the emergency is that it is extremely difficult to do away with democracy in India. You cannot live without democracy. तो इससे तो एक लेसन मिला, हम सीखे कि हम जिंदगी जी नहीं सकते हैं बिना डेमोक्रेसी। भले बहुत थोड़े समय के लिए ही इमरजेंसी डिक्लेयर हुआ था, लेकिन हमारा लाइफ को पूरा बदल कर रख दिया। Secondly, it brought out some ambiguous regarding the emergency provisions in the constitution that have been rectified since. Now, internal emergency can be proclaimed only on the ground of arms rebellion. उस टाइम ऐसा नहीं लिखा था। And it is necessary that the advice to the president to proclaim emergency must be given in writings by the council of ministers. उस टाइम क्या गया था, ये लोग डिक्लेयर कर दिया, नेक्स्ट डे सुबह साइन करवाए थे। Third, emergency made everyone more aware of the value of civil liberty. The courts too have taken an active role after the emergency in protecting the civil liberty of the individual. This is a response to the inability of the judiciary to protect civil liberty effectively during the emergency. Many civil liberty organizations came up after these experiences. Civil liberty होना चाहिए, आप fundamental rights को suspend कर सकते हैं, लेकिन civil rights suspend नहीं कर सकते हैं. However, the critical years of the emergency brought many issues that have not been adequately grappled with. We have noted in this chapter that there is a tension between the routine functioning of the democratic government and the continuous political protest by the party and the group. And that's happening today also. What is correct balance between these two? Should the citizen have the full freedom to engage in protest activity, and should they have no such rights at all? What are the limit to such protest? Yes, I do also believe that there should be limit to such protest. किसमें protest करना चाहिए, किसमें opposition and बाकी लोगों को question करना चाहिए. I do believe that government का कोई भी policies programs नया आता है तो yes, that's a matter to discuss and protest. लेकिन if it's a matter of the national security, you cannot ask the question to government. Let the government do. हम चाइना के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान के साथ क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या हम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बैठ के उसको बता दें सभी को? That cannot be. जहां नेशनल सिक्योरिटी का नेशनल इश्यूज आते हैं, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज आते हैं, that those are confidential thing. लेकिन अगर कोई एक नया प्रोग्राम्स आता है, नया पॉलिसी आता है, सपोज प्राइवेटाइजेशन ऑफ द इंडियन रेलवे, if government wanted to go for, yes, obviously we are going to protest, obviously we are going to have you can say debate, discussion in order to know the pros and cons of that. So there should be a balance, definitely there should be a balance. Second, the actual implementation of the emergency rule took place through the police and the administration. These institutions could not function independently. They were turned into political instruments of the ruling party, and according to Saha Commission report, the administrations and the police became vulnerable to political pressure, and the problem did not vanish after the emergency also. Even आज भी क्या police and bureaucrats independently काम करते हैं? It's a big question mark to ask. I'm not going to answer to this. You need very well. Even still today, can the police and the bureaucrats work independently, or they are being overpressurized by the legislatures and the government? Okay. This is all about. In the next class, we'll go for the politics after emergency. So this is still emergency. You can say how much is justified. I'm not justifying, neither I'm justifying emergency, nor I'm not justifying emergency. That's why I have given all the facts of the emergency, what should be and kya hua tha. So it is you to judge, and you are supposed to write on the basis of your own judgment. So tomorrow we are going to discuss politics, what happened after emergency. Okay, till that, take care. God bless you.